poorly where she came from. Moreover, the girl herself was full of ambition. She'd been eager to make her debut. It all must have inspired conflicting feelings in her younger sister. She's not very cultured yet, but I think she'll grow into it, that girl. You think so? I think she's a bit too prickly, Joker said. Perrin laughed openly at that. That's the last thing I want to hear from a woman who took the name Joker. It was not the name her parents had given her. The madam had been known to rename girls in order to encourage them to forget their past lives, but Joker had given herself a name that was a parody of the name of the goddess who had created the world, and it audaciously included the supposedly forbidden character Cat. My mother always told me my father was someone very important. I have every right to use it, she sometimes said. A father who would justify the use of that character? The only people who could do that were the imperial family. About the only person fitting that description whose age would make sense with Joker's was the former emperor, but Mayo was well aware that that was impossible. How must Joker have felt to know that her mother had been deceived? Maybe that was where her hatred of men sprang from. Maybe. On top of it all, the old madam had actually let her use that prickly name. Very scary. The Verdigris house would carry on without Mayo. It was full of strong women, and actually the men here were pretty strong too, so things would be all right. Mayo sighed and went on to the next stage of her preparation. The sun was already low in the sky by the time Mayo finished her shopping and got back to the dormitory. This next part might be the hardest of all, she thought as she heaved a sigh and entered the building. She could hear the steady thunk-thunk of a cleaver. She's still at it, Mayo thought, peeking into the kitchen. Yao was there, chopping chicken under Enen's direction. She was hardly an expert yet, but she'd dialed back the bone-smashing vigor of the other day, and now looked like she was cooking a proper meal. Mayo didn't say anything. Enen didn't say anything. Yao was too focused on her chicken to notice Mayo, and then saw Mayo there and shot her a pleading look. I think she's saying, "We're concentrating right now. Please don't interrupt." Mayo was heading to her room instead when she met the woman who ran the dorm coming the other way. Mayo, is it true you'll be going away for several months? I can leave your room for you, but do you want me to clean it? The woman's voice carried well, easily all the way to the kitchen. The result was predictable, an ouch, followed by a mistress. Mayo peeked through a crack in the door and saw pretty much what she had expected. "Don't do that, young mistress," Enen said. "You mustn't put your finger in your mouth. Raw chicken meat is dangerous. Here, I'll give you some first aid. Even meat intended for food could contain poison or bugs." "I think that's a bit much, Enen," said Mayo as she watched Enen wrap so much bandage around Yao's hand that it was practically immobilized. Mayo had involved herself now, but Yao looked peeved. It was obvious Yao wanted to say something, but Mayo wasn't exactly the most socially adroit person in the world and wasn't sure what she should say to Yao. Given that she was still learning how to hold the cleaver properly, it seemed highly unlikely that Dr. Liu had invited her to join the special classes yet. Finally, Mayo said only, "I'm sorry. I'm going to be going away for a while." "I understand," En said, and she had the good grace to look sorry about it. But